Hello, Grace and Jeff. It is Tuesday. Grace, I really liked your video about villains. I thought it was really interesting. But I want to make a few points about that. So I agree with you that the villain is often the most interesting character in a story that has a clear-cut villain and a clear-cut hero. But I think the reason for that is because in real life, which tends to be appealing to us because we can relate to it, there isn't really always 100% heroes. See, in real life, all of us have some of that darkness within us, and we identify with villains because the heroes are just too perfect. Nobody can be Hercules, but some people understand his enemies. Some more than others, but all of us a little bit. Anyhow, I just wanted to throw that out there, especially because I've been watching The West Wing, which is about politics, obviously. But I would consider the main characters to mostly be heroes, but also to be incredibly human, which is what I think makes them so compelling because they struggle to do what's right, but sometimes they have to do what's wrong because that's just how the world works. Also, as a religious studies major, I think the question of how we deal with the fundamental brokenness of humankind is a really great question, especially because the question of are we even fundamentally broken is not equally asked among all religions. Christianity certainly believes that there's a fundamental brokenness, but some other religions seem to think that humans can kind of get it together. So I'm interested to see how that plays out in the history of our world. Hopefully I'll get to find out. Although hopefully that doesn't mean the world is ending in our lifetime. That would be upsetting. Anyways, hoping for not the apocalypse. So speaking of the West Wing and Christianity, you may know that biblical allusions are pretty much everywhere in our society, so I wanted to point out a few that I think are really cool. So yesterday I was watching an episode of The West Wing that was called Expectations of Things Not Seen. It's from the end of season 4, and C.J. Craig, the White House press secretary, is absolutely convinced that on the equinox you can stand an egg on its head, which you can't actually do, but we could try it. It might be fun. Anyways, so she quotes, of course, Hebrews 11:1, I think it is, which is, uh, hope is faith. Well, I don't really remember what the quote is, but it's something about hope being something that we hope for and expectations of things not seen. So that's one great biblical allusion. Another one that's been on my mind recently because I just saw a church service about Absalom, the son of David, who rebelled against him after David refused to punish one of his other sons for raping his daughter. They had a really dysfunctional family. Absalom is actually the name of the blue caterpillar in the Tim Burton version of Alice in Wonderland, so I think that's pretty cool. Anyways, that's unfortunately all I have time for, so Grace, I'll see you on Thursday. Tate on!